Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to wait, what? Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Looks like I'm experiencing a little bit of a bug, so I do apologize here as we are lacking our typical UI. Oh, that's a little bit awkward, but here we go, spawning in the top right hand corner of Alkione. We have our South Korean Zerg player, the red Zerg. It is for Gaiman Gladiators, SHIN. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player. Hold on, can I? Oh, can't even get rid of that. We have for Gen G Esports, it is Trap. Here we go. So I do apologize here. It looks like I'm experiencing a weird bug on the Korean server. Because of that, I don't have the typical UI that I would expect. I will try to fix that out of game. It's possible that maybe the settings were reset, like to default. It is possible here. Hold on. They're not reset. Hold on, you can see yourselves. You can see here, Pro 2020, like that is correct. That is the observer interface that should be showing, and is not. So, yeah, do have a weird bug, and because of that, we'll just have to make do. Feels Korean server, man. Shaking my head. But again, it should be fixed up for the next game. I am a little bit concerned. I might have to restart my clients in order to fix it. Sometimes that does kind of resolve those issues. But for now, we're settling in. For now, we are going to be settling in. It is going to be a hatch gas pull from our Zerg player. Likewise, we do have our initial gate expand by our Protoss. Here we go. So we do have our standard setups. It might just be better if I... Hold on. If I do this and this, yeah. Oh, I need to keep the logo though. I'll do that for now. It's a little bit messy. It's a little bit messy. We'll make do. For now, this is going to be the initial Stargate opener here out of Trap. Stargate into Oracle. Standard opener. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have a SHIN setting up, looking to take his third. It's going to be delayed by the pylon, but shouldn't be delayed for too much longer. I am a little bit concerned that we're going to be entering a longer game state, just because we're on Alkione. This is known for longer, later games, just because the third base is more secure. The fourth base is secure as well. And that means that look, we might see some late game here with this scuffed UI, which I'm a little bit concerned by, but it'll be fine. We'll get through it. We'll get through it together. Together, man. Together. And so now SHIN is running up. I can't even set the score, right? Oh. Speaking of score, predictions now open. My apologies, but predictions now open in the chat. A little bit late here, but I was just a little bit caught off guard by what was going on. Do you find the normal replay setups more easier to navigate for replays only? Okay. Not for me. As the devs say, do get into the mineral line, getting a drone kill. Just the one drone so far. Oh, not quite getting the second. Just 2 drones for the time being. Oracles, they hit the naturals. So far, so good. 3 drone kills for the Adepts. The Oracle does get away. 4 drones go down. And our players will back off. Again, I'm hoping the issue fixes itself after this game. If not, I will have to restart. We'll see. As the second Oracle has arrived, third Oracle's on the way. So far, the third base should be secure. Trap is safe, and SHIN will have to back off. SHIN will have to retreat from here. Oh! At least denying the Oracles. Protecting his third. But the scroll is a little bit... Yeah, it's feeling a little bit weird as well. That's fine. As from here, Trap is going to be transitioning. We do have a Forge on the way, Twilight Council +1, and soon to be, I imagine, Blink on the horizon. Can going to charge. Lings, they're looking to try and hit the third base, and they will get a surround. Yeah, Depth's getting called out. But most of them will survive. So far, so good. Trap is keeping up. Anyone else not feeling the confidence in his voice? Oh, I'm just concerned. I'm just concerned that the next game is going to be broken as well. Just concerned, Patty. As Oracles do hit the fourth, trying to force a cancel. So far, Shin should be able to maintain the fourth base. There we go. Is going to get up and running. Will be able to defend. Lings likewise knocking down those rocks, trying to get eyes on, trying to get on top of that would-be fourth. And Shin even double expanding. Does make sense, especially after the earlier losses. We'll take the fourth and the fifth at the same time. And behind this, I believe he did not throw down a Roach Warren. Yeah, it is going to be Ling into Hydra, into Lurker Tech. Shin being a little bit greedy, but he's not going to be punished. As the trap did open up Link. Not charge. I say that, my apologies. Wait. God damn it. I wanted to see the structures. As we do have 6 gateways on the way. Proxy 4th gate was attempted. Oh, sorry, 7th gate even. So it does force a recall. Gases have not been taken, and no 4th base either. Yeah, Trap is going for a 3-base all-in, but he's delayed. So basically what's happening, Trap is going for 8 gateways, but now taking his gases. Very late gases here by Trap. His aggression has been denied. And Shin is looking to shut him down completely. Yeah, Lings a flood in, coming in for the surround. Looks like Trap should be able to warp in time. He will be able to defend. Yeah, defends his third base. But the shortcuts aren't working. That's what I was referring to. Not like this. As you can see, Shin is checking, still no 4th. Again, there was no initial plan to get a 4th base, which is why there is none. The all-in did fail. Trap trying to work his way out of that. Getting to charge, into +1. Into armor. Thanks once again, delay. And Shin, he's getting out of hand. He's getting out of control. Now into Ling Hydra. Oh, he's got the horny Hydras. Let's go. Hydras are amassing. Ling's still denying the expansion. They take down the Zealots and the Nexus itself. And honestly, Shin doesn't even need to go into Lurkers. From here, he can just embrace Lingbane Hydra, max out and push. And we'll see if that's what he goes for. No Infestation Pit. No Hive Tech. Yeah, just purely Lingbane Hydra. Baneling speed is on the way. Trap building up, just now expanding, finally taking his 4th. Finally is taking his expansion. And Trap is going to try to gain some ground here, but there's plenty of Lingbane behind this. Yeah, said Rogue. Shin does crash in. Takes down the main army. Baling's walling into the mineral line. No reaction! No response! The probes go down. 13 probe kills. Aye. Not like this. And we mentioned before that, alas, Trap, he was committed to an all-in. It did fail. He's been trying to work his way out of it. Mineral line goes down. 4th base is denied. And now he's forced into a bit of a lesser all-in. It's all or nothing for Trap, but we have plenty of reinforcements. Shin will clean this up, will shut this down, takes down the Zealots, the Archons, and whatever is left. What little is left here for Trap. Shin isn't taking up, he doesn't need to. Still just keeping up with the Zealots. Started stepping back. And these aren't the most efficient trades here by SHIN, trading Hydras for Stalkers and Hydras for Archons, but it's fine. GG gets called, and SHIN will take game number 1. GG. Does take the first game. Again, winding it back. I do apologize for not reading it earlier, but I actually couldn't look at the structures tab. God damn it. Couldn't actually check. But GG in the end, of course. Trap did attempt to go for an 8-gate 3-base all-in with Mass Blink Stalker. If you remember, he was trying to get his gateway set up in the center of the map. It was denied. The Link Flood did surround him, did catch him off guard. And after the failed all-in, Trap, he was struggling to recover. He had no gases behind it. He had no tech. He had no expansion. Did try to, but again, SHIN was so quick to punish him. And with that, GG. GG well played. A very powerful performance there out of SHIN. And now we're getting into game number 2. And we'll see if the UI issue has resolved itself or if it hasn't. Oh, thank God. Let's go. I was concerned I would have to restart, but it looks like the UI bug is fixed. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Dynasty, we have the red Zerg player, the South Korean Zerg representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Genji Esports. It is Trap. Oh, that's not it. Beautiful. Here we go. Oh, look at, oh, it's crazy. Look, structures, upgrades, product. It's crazy. I can finally see. As SHIN, he's opening up with the proxy hatchery on the other side of the wall. Of course he is. We're loading into Dynasty now. Quickly going over the map. SHIN is one of the few Zerg players, if not the only Zerg player in the world that does not veto Dynasty, period. Even in best of threes. He's crazy. He's absolutely insane. This is a very commonly vetoed map. The reason you wouldn't veto this is to go into a roach all-in. The problem, though, with this is that this is very played out, very common, and very easy to scout as well. Trap is aware. If you saw Trap, he did get eyes on the hatchery being taken on the other side. This should be for the fast, high-yield gas geyser, and this should be into roaches. Trap, of course, I'm sure has been in this position, and we'll see how Trap decides to punish this, as Trap is going for his own goal. So it's a risky maneuver here by SHIN. Very risky. We'll see if it pays off. As he's rallying over towards the gold. Paco, hello, Tortuga. Hello. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Ya, papi, ya. Bienvenidos. Buenos días. Buenas noches. Anda, mi milpa. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Tortuga. As for now, Trap is just settling in, standard opener. Should be leading into a Stargate. Meanwhile, SHIN, for now, he's still just saturating. Ooh, pulling out a gas. Not taking the high yield. That's 10 Lings on the way. Is looking to gain map control. And I'm curious when and if SHIN does pull back into gas. That does move out. Threatening the main. More Lings are amassing. They're splitting up between their bases. Ooh, third base is delayed, but nice around. It up should fall. Ooh, just barely. Adept is cleaned up. Second Adept arrives. Behind this, SHIN still droning. Just making a safety amount of Lings. And it's still not pulled into gas. Okay. Yeah, opting not to pull into gas. Link speed about to kick in. He can shut down these Adepts. We'll get one. Should get both. And it comes in for this round. Locks down the Adept. Gains map control. Moving out across the map. Back at home, it's going to be the Stargate opener into Oracle. So far, so good by Trap. And Lings, they will threaten the main. They at least force the activation of the Pulsar Beam. Keeping the Oracle pinned back at home. Keep him pinned. SHIN now taking his gases, now pulling back in. And is this for Ling Hydra, or is this for Roach production? I feel like we would have already seen a Roach Warren by now. SHIN respects the Oracle. More Lings amassing. And he's still making more Lings. I mean, it makes sense, especially with the high yield minerals. He's diving back in. Getting a probe. Pulling away. Lair is in production. The other option here would be Spire play, like Ling into Mutas. But I'm leaning more towards Hydras for now. As more Lings have arrived. SHIN going for the third. Coming in with the surround. Gets a decent surface area on that Stalker. The Stalker does fall. Zelts as well. Ling's trying to force her way into the main. Just getting the one at depth. Extra gas is being taken. Show us the Hydras. As the Leech Trap keeps the third base alive. Baneling Nest on the way. Again, Trappy's holding on. We'll get his third. There's that Hydrogen finally being thrown down. So just like the previous game, it's going to be Lingbane Hydra from SHIN. And this time, Trap is not going for an all-in. At least doesn't look to be the case. Getting up to 6 gateways. Link's moving out once again. SHIN shouldn't be engaging. There we go. Does retreat for now, building up his Hydras. We can see Trap moving out. Still waiting for his wing to finish up though. Oracles hit the mineral line. Again, whenever I see these Hydras, I think of like moose. Like they have just massive antlers. It's insane. They look heavy as well. It feels like the Hydras are like their heads are about to make them topple over. It's crazy. Carlos now moving out. SHIN making his way across the map, cutting workers at 50 on 3-base saturation, just under 3-base saturation even. And we'll see if he can break that expansion, if he can break the gold. Stasis Trap is triggered. SHIN pulling away. Stutter stepping forward. Yeah, with the power of these Hydras, he can get within range of the mineral line. Shield batteries going down, probes as well. Stalker's being kept at bay by the Lings. And SHIN is able to take the better trade, but that Stalker count is getting higher. It's building up. 3 Oracles to support. SHIN has to back off. Does regroup. SHIN was able to punish the expansion at least somewhat. Coming back in. At the same time, getting up a massive amount of Banelings. Banelings are on the way. They are spotted by the Stalkers. Stasis Trap's going off. One Stasis behind this, gets baited out once again. And SHIN just forcing a fight out in the open. Yeah, brutal losses here for Trap, leading out more Stalkers. Colossus production well underway. The first Colossus has arrived. But here come the Banelings. And they're rolling in. Ooh, they barely do not connect. Stasis goes off. Nice snipe on the Robo. Hydras, they have the Concave. Overcharge goes off. Has to be respected. SHIN backs off as well. And he's trying to get onto that final Colossus. He's so close. Gets a volley off. Doesn't bring it down. Oh, Stasis going off once again. The Colossus is getting low. SHIN apparently will not get it. And SHIN is running out of steam. Expensive losses here. Hydras are going down. SHIN had to end the game earlier. He's been all in this entire time. No drones behind this, no fourth expansion. Bailings, they do crash in. Not bad. 12 drone kills. 12 probes full. And SHIN is just now taking gas, is just now droning. But his saturation is, it's so delayed. He's on 46 drones. He's on 46 workers, just now droning, and I have to favor Trap here. Trap, he's defended, he's stabilizing. Getting into additional Colossus. We see SHIN trying to work towards Lurker tech. Still on 3 hatcheries. Desperately needs a 4th base. And again, that Colossus was clutch. This Colossus has kept Trap alive and is winning in this game. He defended the natural. Shut down the Ling Hydra. Getting his own 4th at the same time as the Zerg player. So Trap still ahead. And SHIN is in a rough position. Now, there is a world. There is a world where SHIN, he can embrace lurkers as quickly as possible and defend, right? He can defend, he can try to turtle, do like his best Terran impression and just wall up. Just wall up, just turtle up, and try to build up a critical mass of lurkers. Outside of that, it's going to be a tough game here for SHIN. Speaking of lurkers, they have morphed in. These are lair tech lurkers, no upgrades. But without them, he would just topple over and die. Like, Trap could just walk over his army. So the lair tech lurkers are necessary. Server goes down, lurkers are spotted. Now, upon seeing these lurkers, Trap has to make a choice. He can either throw down a fleet beacon and start working towards Stargate and Sky Toss, or he can throw down a second robo and go into a mass immortal. It looks like he's going for the second robo. He's going for the ground toss response. We'll see if he can pull it off. It does mean an earlier push for Trap. Getting into disruptors for now. Trap is moving out. Likewise, though, SHIN is going for fast Vipers. He's still trying to drone up, saturating his 4th, still undersaturated. He's on how many lurkers so far? 9, soon to be 12. 12 lurkers for SHIN. Is there lag? It's just bad routing to the Korean server, unfortunately. It's just the Korean server. It's why the game is more smooth whenever we cast on Europe or America. It's just a routing issue. Well, what can we do? What can we do? Oh! As we do get the yoinks! We get 1! We get 2! 2 Colossus. Oh, 1 Colossus going down, the other barely does survive. So DT does waddle in. Trap pulling back. And SHIN, I mean, so far he's done it. We spoke earlier, but SHIN, he was able to get up to Mass Lurker. He's maxed out. Doesn't have the best economy, but he has a comparable army. And again, Trap, he made the choice not to get into Sky Toss. Lurkers, they do burrow in. Vipers coming in as well. Looking for more abductions. Never goes up. Up! Massive connections! Oof, the Novas, they were brutal. And with no abductions to counter them. Viper's trying to get in position. Lurkers pushing forward. How many? It's 2 Disruptors and 2 Colossus. Oh, nice feedback. 1 Viper left. 1 Viper remaining. Lurker's gaining ground. Sniping a High Templar. Yoinks 1 Disruptor. 1 Disruptor left. Going for the Colossus. Gets 1. Still 1 remaining. SHIN, he's gaining ground. Nice force fields. SHIN instead rotating towards the right-hand side, getting into the mineral line. And cannons are falling. 4th base is exposed. And it looks like SHIN will knock it down. At the same time, Trap going for a counterattack. The Viper! No! Viper gets sniped. Massive pickup. Viper falls, but the Lurkers, they do reign supreme. Fourth base goes down, now making his way towards the third. Trap going for a counterattack instead, trying to catch reinforcements. Trap is moving out. Likewise, Shin pushing in towards the gold. And he's going for a base trade. It's just a full-on base trade here for Trap. It's all or nothing. Just sending everything across the map, going for the natural, going for the fourth. And Shinny turns around. Oh. Does turn back around. Lurkers are exposed. And Lurkers are getting picked off. This is probably the best fight that Trap could have hoped for, but more Lurkers are arriving. High just a little bit late to respond. 33 drone kills. More workers, they rally again. And Shin will clean this up, but at what cost? Zalse recall back home. Trappy pulls away with his immortals. Does preserve most of them. It gets 35 drone kills. And Shin still maintains his army. Sorry, Trap still maintains his main army. The Colossus, the immortals. I do worry for Shin. Still has the Vipers though. Can still abduct. Or even Blinding Cloud. Gonna be collapsing in. Vipers popping up. Getting one, getting two. Catching two immortals. Still more abductions left. Oh my god, stasis does go off. Trap trying to get another expansion. Does get the Colossus. And no more Colossus or Disruptors. Massive Storm though. Who needs them when you have Storm? Yeah, Storms are popping up and it looks like Trap's gonna try and break through. Mainly with Immortal. Stasis does run out. Hydra's pushing forward. Trying to force the army within range. And Lurker's pulling back. Behind this, Shin is long distance mining. He has no economy. He's completely all in. And as the game goes longer, as the game progresses, it's getting better and better for Trap. Time is working against Shin. If the Vipers had energy, then maybe. Oof. Oh my god, as the Hydras, they melt. Hydras get annihilated. They snipe the Observer. Lurker's pushing forward. GG gets called. Shin, he runs out of steam. Trappy takes game number 2. And we're going to the ace match. Whew. GG, well played. We are going to game 3. Again, just a very aggressive game there out of Shin, going for the initial Ling Hydra all-in off of 3 bases, then getting to a 4th, and he was able to hold his own. He was able to max out. I mean, we saw a moment there definitely where Trap, he couldn't really engage with the main army. If he tried to, he would have lost, so instead he went for the base raid. He crippled the economy, what little economy there was left for Shin, and took it from there. GG. GG, well played. We'll see if Shin can bring it back here in the ace match, or if Trap can bring it home. Can keep that momentum going and claim the series. Let's go. We're getting into game number 3, the ace match. Here we go. Where are Trap's traps? Oh, I mean, they went off. They went off. They did go off eventually. They got there. I really enjoy your stream with your persistence and consistency. I know you'll reach the top. Keep up the great work. Love to collaborate and share some cool ideas with your channel. Let's chat on Discord. Oh, thank you, Poppy. Thank you. Thank you, Gilgem. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate the support. We're doing what we can. I mean, we've been casting for years at this point. I am proud of what we've been able to build together here on the CranKy Ducklings. I'm proud. But here we go, we're getting into the ace match, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ghost River, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom, or in the top left-hand corner, we have the opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Genji Esports. It is Trap. No, not like this. When it comes to our next match, there is a chance it's going to be on the Korean server, unfortunately. Personally, if all goes well, hopefully we have some more EU versus Korean series, and we can have some smooth games on NA. But if we do continue here on Korea, I will have to try to turn on a VPN. So the frames are dropping in game. Smooch. Now we're settling in. Is going to be hatch gas pull here by SHIN. Standard opener. Likewise, Trap across the map, just going for a gate expand into Cybercore. So far, so good. But yeah, especially because it was a little bit unstable in the last game, I did try to connect to a different node. Clearly that is worse. As my latency in-game is spiking much harder. Unfortunately, I can't connect when I'm in-game because that will just disconnect me. So, yeah, smooch. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. We will endure. We will persist. It's all good. We'll be here for the finale. But I do apologize. As for now, it is going to be a Stargate opener. Stargate here out of Trap. Stargate into Oracle. Likewise, SHIN back at home, just standard opener, getting into a third base. And I imagine working towards laying Hydra again. We're loading into Ghost River. Ghost River is known for its aggression. It's known for how short the map is in general. Very short rush distance by ground. As a result, all-ins are a little bit more commonplace. All-ins can hit quite hard. The third is now being taken. And Trap is mixing it up. Interesting, going for the Void Ray, not for the Oracle. It's going to be the Void Ray opener here out of Trap. We'll see where SHIN does take this. Now with the initial Void Ray, this can lead into, say, a Fleet Beacon, into a second Stargate and Fast Carrier or Tempest. This could also just lead into a standard game or even something crazy like a faster Twilight Council before the Nexus. Our eyes are going to be on Trap here. As the Void Ray does move out, hunting down the Overlords. Lings dipping in, running into the Adepts. And Trap, looks like he will expand. He will take a third. Will take his third base. Void Ray dipping in, catching an Overlord. Forcing SHIN back. And with the fast Evo Chamber, I imagine this should be for +1 melee to once again flood into Mass Ling, into Hydra. We'll see if he does something crazy and goes into +1 range instead. Meanwhile, Trap's still just expanding. Forge Twilight Council follow-up into +1. I would imagine charge, but we'll see if he goes into blink. As Lings will threaten a dive, Oracles move out. As they move out, Lings move in. Alas, plenty of Adepts in position. And it is going to be the Roach Warren instead. Interesting. Roach Warren, not a Hydra Den. At least for now, for SHIN. Roach Warren's on the way. Going to be leading into, of course, Roach production. This could be for an all-in. We'll see if SHIN does cut workers. For now, he's on 53, soon to be up to 60 drones. Is heavily supply blocked. Ooh, 6 Overlords on the way. Oh. heading into his overlord production. Droning up, taking a fourth. We'll see if he actually saturates the fourth base, more importantly.
He is somewhat droning up. Ling's a threat in the third. Trap thinking about expanding. Was moving at his probe. Is going to be Blink initially into Archon production. Temple Archives on the way. Working towards Storm. Trap is getting there. And SHIN, he's still not droning up too heavily, just now taking his gases. Gases are being taken. SHIN is droning up. Lings, they threaten a dive. They won't get much done. Once again, just poking in, making sure there is no fourth expansion. Wait, what? Okay. For a moment there, I just realized the Trap, he's been on 2 gateways the entire time, just now getting to a gateway explosion, getting into 8 gateways. Building up. I was a little bit confused. The Lings, they hit the third. 6 drone kills, not bad. Crippling the economy. SHIN is taking up, working towards Hydras, working towards Hive Tech as well. SHIN does move out. This is curious. The latency or the frame drops that you're seeing in game, they're not affecting the players. It's just my personal connection to the Korean server. Smooch. Just as a heads up for those that are maybe new to the channel. Feels bad, man. Feels Korean server, man. Behind this, SHIN, he's getting up to 82 workers, is getting maxed essentially, embracing his late game into Hydra Lurker. But before Lurker Tech really kicks in, Trap, there's a window here. He can push in. Storm is ready. Storm is ready for Trap. SHIN backing up. Getting ready for a surround. Can he get on top of the High Templar? It's going to be close. Again, no Lurker production whatsoever. Just Ling Hydra. Trap forcing his way through. Storm will connect. Ling's coming in from behind. Alastair catching reinforcements. Catching them Archons. But it looks like Trap may just have too much. Again, the window here was so small, so crisp. Storm's going to be connecting, but Trap is actually running out of steam. There's a couple of Storms left. They connect with some of the Hydras. Ling's trickling in. The slideshow presentation. As we're running out of High Templar, there's 2 Archons left, but Trapkey keeps going. He has broken through. The Storms were good enough. Reinforcements kick in. And unfortunately, SHIN just was unable to embrace those Lurkers. Again, the Lurker Den did finish, but too little too late for SHIN. Zelsei busts into the main. Archons busting into the mineral line. The main army heads towards the third, catching roaches. Again, SHIN, he gets caught with his pants down. Barely not ready. These roaches are too little too late. GG gets called, and Trap will take the series at 2-1. GG. GG, well played. Again, I do apologize for the slideshow towards the end there, but we'll see if we do end up going to a different server. Trap will advance on, and we're heading over to the Americas, as up next we have Trap versus MaxVax. Thank God. So you won't have to experience that slideshow anymore. But yeah, that is the downside of whenever we cast Korean events, like this event, like KSL, like Kung Fu Cup as well, is just how unstable the Korean server is. So I do apologize.
Do apologize. But regardless, GG, well played. Congratulations here to Trap. Again, winding it back a little bit, SHIN did take a long time to drone. He was staying on a bit of a lower worker count and a higher Ling count for a long time. He wasn't really achieving too much. Because of that, he did fall behind economically, and his tech was delayed as a result. He was working towards lurkers, of course, as we saw, but he was skipping out on roaches. We saw roaches at the end because he was forced to make them, but he didn't make any safety roaches early on, and these move outs can hit real hard real quick. They can catch you off guard because it takes seconds to move out from natural to natural on Ghost River. You have very little time to react, very little time to respond. Once SHIN realized what was happening, once he realized the trap was moving out, it was too little too late. Too little too late. There just was not enough time to actually build up an army to protect his Hydras. He only had Ling Hydra, and even with the surround, you saw that Ling Hydra just melts before charge out Archon Storm. It's a very fragile unit composition and does crumble real quick without any kind of backbone or without a buffer. I'm referring to either lurkers or roaches, right? Roaches just to support and to soak some of those storms and to force out the storms as well, or lurkers behind it to zone away the High Templar. Either one. I mean, there's more to it, right? If the game goes on longer, sure, ultras come into play or brood lords, but in that kind of game state, you're stuck with, you know, either roaches or lurkers, or maybe a higher Baneling count as well. There are other ways to deal with it. Regardless, GG. GG, well played. Trap will take the series, and now we're getting ready for... we're getting ready for the lower semis, but I think we are not. So both semis are casted. For those who are curious, both semifinals are casted, which means we will be waiting for Wardi. I believe Wardi is mid-series. I think he's casting Clem. Let me just double check. No, sorry, he's casting Hero. God, he's on the Korean server. God damn it. But it looks like Wardi is casting Hero, which means, and he's in game 1. He's in game 1 of Hero versus Byeon. That most likely means that we are going to be casting game 2 of Hero versus Byeon, and potentially game 3. We're going to be focusing on, I believe,